The Knights Templar didn't invent banking. They invented something worse. They made it invisible. By 1150, everyone knew the Templars as warriors, armored men on horseback, crusaders sworn to protect pilgrims traveling to Jerusalem. That's the story that stuck. But here's what actually happened. Pilgrims didn't carry gold across deserts, they carried letters. And the Templars, not the bankers of Italy, not the moneylenders of Byzantium, became the first institution in Europe to move wealth without moving coin. The problem was real. A pilgrim heading to the Holy Land in the 12th century faced bandits, shipwrecks, and thieves at every border. Carrying physical gold meant certain loss. So the Templars offered a solution: deposit your wealth at a Templar house in Paris or London, receive a letter of credit, travel empty-handed, present the letter at Templar house in Jerusalem, withdraw your money in local currency. The Templars didn't charge interest, canon law forbade it. They charged a fee for the service. This was revolutionary, not because it was new, Venice had done something similar for merchants, but because it was trusted. The Templars had something no merchant guild had: military power, religious authority, and a network that spanned from Scotland to Syria. Kings couldn't seize a Templar house without consequence. The Pope backed their operations. For the first time, a single institution could move large sums across international borders without physical transport. By 1200, the Templars weren't just moving pilgrims' money, they were moving kingdoms. Kings borrowed against future tax revenue. Nobles deposited land deeds. The Templars became creditors to the crown. They didn't call it banking, the word didn't exist yet. They called it deposit and transfer. The mechanism was identical to modern wire transfer. The secrecy was total. Here's where the standard history breaks down. Most accounts claim the Templars were destroyed in 1307 because King Philip Roman IV of France owed them money. He couldn't pay, so he arrested them, tortured confessions, and seized their assets. Simple narrative, satisfying, wrong. Philip did owe them substantial sums, but that wasn't why he moved against them. The real reason emerges in the documents. The Templars had become too opaque, too independent. Philip couldn't see inside their ledgers. He couldn't audit their wealth. They'd built a financial system that existed parallel to royal authority, and Philip, modernizing his kingdom, consolidating power, found that intolerable. The arrests began on Friday, October 13, 1307. Over the following weeks, Templar houses across France were raided. Knights were seized, their records were confiscated. But here's the crucial part: the records were incomplete. The Templars had anticipated this. Their international network meant assets could be moved. Money already transferred to sister houses in Scotland, Portugal, Cyprus. The crown got buildings and land, it got anger. It didn't get the wealth. The Templars were disbanded by the Pope in 1312. Their order ceased to exist officially, but their system didn't vanish, it evolved. Italian banking families, the Medici, the Bardi, the Peruzzi, studied what the Templars had built. They refined it, removed the religious component, added the mathematics of double-entry bookkeeping. Within a century, they'd created the banking system that underwrote the Renaissance. What the Templars had proven was this: money doesn't need to move to create value. Trust does. A letter of credit from a trusted institution is as good as gold. Better, actually, it can't be stolen on the road. This insight reshaped finance. It's why modern banking exists. Why your salary is a number in a database, not coins in your hand. Why international trade is possible without armored transport. The Templars weren't destroyed because they were corrupt or heretical. Those were the justifications. They were destroyed because they built something kings couldn't control. A financial system that operated on trust and secrecy rather than royal decree. Philip Roman IV won the battle. He seized their properties, executed their leaders, but he lost the war. The system they'd created outlasted him by centuries. It still exists today. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe for weekly deep dives into the hidden systems that shaped how money, power, and institutions actually work. Subscribe for weekly deep dives into the hidden systems that shaped how money, power, and institutions actually work. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.